Hello guys. We have you. Oh God. Yeah. What did we learn yesterday?
Test 3A.
Text 3A, right?
Yeah.
We learned test 3A.
Yes, yes.
And what did I give you guys homework?
4A. On page number 31. 4A.
4A. Yes. I gave you guys homework, right? 4A. How many of you submit the homework? Okay, I saw Lamin. Lamin, you still left to do the old homework that I gave you before Danger Festival. Not just only you. I guess okay. NATO already finished.
Teacher, I already finished it. That's why I didn't send teacher. I need to do B too.
Sorry, I didn't get it. What did you say?
I mean, I already finished it. I didn't finish B. That's why I didn't send it.
Okay. So can you send me right now? No?
No, teacher, I still doing B.
You're still doing 4? The old homework or the new homework I gave you yesterday?
The old homework.
How about the new one? Let me check.
No, teacher, I still doing it.
Okay. Hey. Emily, Lin ရောက်ပြီလား Lin မရောက်သေးဘူးနော်ဟုတ်ပါရေးပြလိုက်မယ်အသေးပြန်ချိုးလိုက်ပြီပြီးမှပြန်ပြောနောက်တစ်ခုကကြတော့တခ finish yesterday ဟဲ့7 နာရီ 28တယ်ဒီမအိတ်သေးဘူးလားဒီမှာဟိုငါတို့ပဲ7 နာရီလောက်တော့ပို့စားဖို့ရင်ရောက်
Here's an oil jet. Viewer equal.
It's the night owl. Okay, လုံးလုံးရောက်ပြီလားအဲ့ဆိုရင်မနေ့က so the people students who have done yesterday homework are Lami, Neto hasn't finished yet because I think he missed it. Algong, Taka, Elvin. Hello. Oh, Link. Link homework. New homework will be old homework will be okay. Link. Hey, old homework. I don't think it's only more explanation.
Yeah, I kind of don't understand the poem.
Hey, I give like a whole day to explain you guys on that thing. I think that is the one thing what you don't understand is because you don't read it again, or because you didn't listen to me while I was explaining. Okay. I'm not going to your deals out bring no. Not I'm just a break. Chill Friday do no. ဒါကြားထဲမှာရေးထားဖို့ချိန်ရတယ်နော်ရေးထားလိုက်ဒီချက်ပေးတဲ့အိမ်စာအများကြီးမဟုတ်ဘူးနော်အရင်တော့ကလိုမျိုးလေဟိုဗာလဲ100 200 word ဟို150လောက်ရေးရတဲ့ဟာတွေတော့မပါဘူးနော်ဒါနားမလည်ဒီချက်ကိုပြန်ပြီးလို့ရတယ်လေသားရဲ့ဟိုအေးလည်းမလောက်ရသေးဆိုသမီးလောက်ထားအောင်သမီးဒီချက်ပြောသမီးကလောက်ဖို့ဒီချက်နဲ့တွေ့တဲ့အချိန်ကသမီးသိရပြီမိပါဟုတ်ပြီမိပါရောဒါပေမဲ့ဟိုဗာလဲဟိုခလေးတွေကိုဟို batch 2ကကလေးကိုပြောသလိုမျိုးအဲ့ဆိုငါ့ကိုမိနေဆိုလဲငါတက်ပုံကြီးရိုက်ပြီးတော့အဲ့မှာကတ်ထားလိုက်ဆိုတော့မှလေတလားဒီချက်ရဲ့မှာမထော်မနှမ်းပုံကြီးအဲ့မှာကတ်ထားသူတို့ဗာလဲဒီချက်ရဲ့ profile ပြောင်းထားမှာဆိုလို့ချက်ငါပုံတွေ screenshot ရေးလုပ်ပြီးတော့ပြောင်းထားအဲ့လိုဖြစ်မှာလဲကြောက်ဘသူဟောက်ကောင်းအေးဒါလည်းမလားသေးဘူး看တယ်နော်ညပါကြအေးရလုံးမလားသေးဘူးလုံး
ကျဲလာပြီ
အော်ဟုတ်တယ်လုံးလာလုံးဘာ true left တော့ဘာ true left တော့
true love မှာ Valentine Day မှာဈေးကြီးတာတခုပြီးတယ်တက်စီဘူး
Languages are dying out. Oh no, I missed this one. Let's go to test 3B. In test 3B, we will read this one as usual, and then you will see those four letters. You're gonna have to note it and then find the meanings and synonyms too. I'm gonna do something with those 4 letters, and after that, we're gonna do the exercise and write the letter here, okay? So please, let's read this one. Hey, you start first. Please read the first passage.
While teachers can be pretty sure that one and one will always make two, and that the capital of France will continue to be Paris, there's far less certainty when it comes to corrected English.
Thank you. Elvin, please read a line of the second paragraph.
Language is like a stream. It moves on continually and like a stream, and will always take the easiest route. Any rule book about grammar is only ever going to be a snapshot of where our language is at the moment.
Thank you. Lane.
Sorry,
Lane?
teacher, was that me?
We were reading out loud. Now,
Yes, teacher, I mean, did you call me?
second paragraph, fifth page.
Yeah, yes, teacher, I know the line. Like, I don't know that you call me.
Where does it end? You didn't know.
Yeah, I know, teacher, I know.
Okay, then read, please. One line.
If we look back to the dictionary which Samuel Johnson published in 1755, we see that word like warble and birch were specifically excluded.
Oh, okay. ဒီချောင်းကျော်သွားလားလို့တချို့ကျော်သွားလား
မကြောက်ဘူး teacher.
ကျော် Oh, okay, okay. ဘယ်လောက်
As editor Johnson considered both these verbs to be Americanisms, which replicated perfectly adequate words already in English. Okay.
Yes.
Another line. I mean, like, I still have to read another line, right?
Yes,
Two
please.
lines per person or one line per person.
In fact, one line per person. Let me check. Okay, it's fine, it's fine. Let's go to Algon. Algon, please read 2 lines. The first line is a little short.
Fun was also disallowed for similar reasons. Eventually, all 3 words found their way into English because as the language moved forward, people discovered a need for them.
Thank you. Dami.
Verbal
Yes.
communication will always be
Be pragmatic.
pragmatic.
Some more, please proceed. Next one, next line.
Some more have undergone fundamental change in meaning as description has been lost.
Okay. Taka.
Nice. For instance, started off meaning foolish, then meant precise and fuzzy, and now means regularly agreeable.
Okay. Sule.
There is a very good argument these days for rationalizing English and making it a level playing field for everyone.
Okay. Please start from this one. Second column. The first line. Are young people? Okay, are you okay?
Yes, sir.
Are young people?
Our young people struggle with the
Illogicalities. Illogicalities. Illogicalities.
illogicality of the language in the way it is similar,
Simply, yes.
simply and thus now occur in Thailand,
Italian, well, sure.
Italian, West or Germany for instance.
Okay, for instance. Thank you. နေလို့ရောက်ပြီလားနေတို့နေတို့ပြန် join လား join တယ်နော် So start from the beginning to until you guys have read. For instance, please read those paragraphs again. And as usual, we notice about the bold words, find the synonyms and its meanings. There will be 4, 5. Dalia, did you catch the lesson?
No, I didn't.
Please read this passage. Start from here to the where the bracket ends. Okay.
Yes.
And you have to look for or write the synonyms for the full words. Answer finished? Kaila.
No, not yet.
Guys, you have finished?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's see. So Elvin, tell me about what is the meaning of replicated? Any synonym?
It's like making a similar copy.
Yes,
And synonym is copy.
yes. Dakar, pragmatic. What is pragmatic?
I think it's like a realistic.
Realistic.
Let twist and out. Yeah.
Verbal communication will always be pragmatic. It's realistic. So for this passage, can you think of another meaning? Because so communication, verbal communication will always be realistic. Is a little out of the meaning that from original. So can you think of another similar meaning? Okay, it's fine, Dakar. Thank you. Next A.
Yes, Chair.
So can you tell me what is the synonym for pragmatic? The synonym word. Hey, you unmute your microphone, please.
Oh, sorry, Chair.
for
Yeah, I am mute. Like a pragmatic is like doing like naturally.
What naturally?
Yeah, can I change them?
Yeah.
Like to the power that let do that.
ငါကြာလက်တွေ့ကြတက်ခါနဲ့နော်ပြောတာတက်ခါ
practical.
practical yes here is practical thank you အဲ့ကျတော့ဒီမှာလက်တွေ့ကြတယ်လို့ပြောလို့ရပါဘောเนาะဒါပေမဲ့ဒီညမှာ practical ဆိုတာကပို့ပြီးတော့ခြေလို့တဘာဝကြတယ်လို့ပြောချင်တာ thank you next one is gone fundamental what is the meaning of fundamental
Necessary.
necessary
Yes.
Okay, then can you so is it also the same synonym of fundamental? What is this synonym?
Like essential.
Essential. Okay. Talia, have you already looked for its meaning and synonym?
Can you say it again? I didn't hear.
The word fundamental. Have you already looked for its meaning, the meaning of fundamental and its synonym? Okay, so tell me about the meaning of, tell me its meaning.
I think it's the basic or essential things.
So what would be the so its synonym? What synonym did you choose for this word here?
Essential.
Essential. Okay, let's read this one. Some words have undergone fundamental changes in the meaning and I don't think it's essential. Any different idea, Lamingo Go?
Oh, sorry.
No.
Lamin.
Oh, yes or no?
So what is a suitable synonym for fundamental here? The word.
I think it goes both ways, like the basic one and the important one.
Okay, you think it goes both way? In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah.
In fact, it is supposed to be physical because you read the line, some words have undergone fundamental changes in the meaning and distinction have been lost. So that, in fact, we change the basic things, right? And so the main things is lost because distinctions. What is the meaning of distinction? What is the meaning of distinction? You guys know distinction? Distinction, you might mistaken by the word distinction with the distinction or flying colors that some people got in the final exam. But here distinction has a different meaning. Okay, so what is the synonym for distinction? Okay.
Different.
Different. Now they have to be on.
Chair, I only know the meaning of that. Chair. Like it's like a difference between similar things. Chair.
Yes. Yes, this is the difference between similar things. What is a synonym? Sule, what is a synonym?
Difference. Chair.
ကျွန်တော်ဒီနေရာမှာဆို difference ဆိုတာထက်ဘာနဲ့ပို့ကြိုက်လဲဆိုတော့တမိခုနပြောတဲ့ဟာကိုတစ်လုံးနဲ့ပြောတာရှိရလေဘာလဲ contrast လို့ခေါ်တာ compare and contrast ဆိုကြားဘူးရမလားအဲ့ဒီက contrast เนาะအဲ့တော့
Yes, I see. Chair.
အဲ့ဒီဥစ္စာနဲ့တွေ့เนาะဟုတ်ပြီဟုတ်ပါတယ် fundamental ကျတော့ basic တော့ဘာအောင် essential လို့လည်းပြောလို့ရတယ်เนาะဒီထဲမှာဆို all right so please proceed this one. Read the rest paragraph. Let's read one line by one line as usual. Start from this time. Into Talia.
Yes.
Start from here. Please read one line.
The simple rule of pronouncing whatever letters are in front of you seems to have eluded the English, which
Yes.
is why school children have such difficulty remembering to write through rather than through and write rather than write.
Yes. Surely the user a good part out of it some no. I mean, professionally စားဖတ်တယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျတော့ဒီဒီနေရာကအတန်တော်လေးရတူနေရမလားအဲ့ခါကျရင်ဘယ်လိုဖတ်ရလဲဆိုတော့เนาะဒါဘူးကြည့်တာပေါ့နော်to write through rather than thru and write rather than rite အဲ့လိုဖတ်တယ်เนาะဒါဆိုမှားတဲ့ဥစ္စာကိုကျတော့မှန်တဲ့ဥစ္စာကျတော့သိပြီးသားလေမမှားတဲ့ဥစ္စာကိုကျတော့စလုံးပေါင်းပြီးဖတ်တယ်เนาะ thank you Talia and next no long how much please read one line no
Yes, yeah. The simple rules of pronouncing whatever letters are in front of you seems to have.
How much longer will this stream?
How much longer will the English stream try to flow uphill? In 1953, a bill actually came before the British Parliament for simplifying spelling, but it failed.
So what governments, right? The start line, right?
Yes.
Okay. What governments can manage is often left for the people to achieve. Shall I continue? That is always an ongoing process with language, but at the moment, QWETRTY, keyword driven technology and NetLingo, it's accelerating that process of simplifying and shortening. For example, thanks and F2F and see you for thanks and face to face and see you. Yeah.
Thank you. Too late.
There is minimal or no capitalization in text and onomatopoeic spellings such as cool. Shall I continue? Shall I continue the last paragraph?
Oh, it's fine. Thank you.
These
Eight.
songs may never be. So
You are finished?
yes, I finished the one sentence, but it's a little short. That's why I asked. Shall I continue?
It's all right. 8.
These forms may never be acceptable in an essay that ultimately any inversion within English that allows us to communicate ambiguously ought to be tolerated.
So finish right. Okay. Then please continue to read it again, and then as usual, you try to understand the passage, and then at the same time, collect the synonyms for the words. 5 here, I guess. Oh, I forgot to ask you guys rationalizing. Did you find for it? Did you find for it? Rationalizing. What is the meaning of rationalizing? This one.
I think it's in explaining with logical reasons.
Yes.
Synonyms are justify
Yes.
and explain.
Yes. Thank you. Guys, you guys finished?
Yes, teacher.
Hello, Thing. Eluded. Then tell me the meaning of eluded.
It's like tricky.
Tricky.
Yes.
What is this synonym?
Trick.
Trick.
Yes. Like trick.
Trick is, but I think
It's
that
like playing.
part of speech is not same. Eluded is above. Is above. Can you find any other meaning?
Escape. Like running away. Like get away. Like, yeah.
Yes. Get away or avoid. Okay.
Yes, yeah, avoid.
Thank you. Next. You can accelerating. What is a synonym? You can. What is accelerating synonym? Oh, Nikan is gone. I think he's out of his connection has problem. Sule. Accelerating.
Yes.
Yes.
It's like developing.
Developing. The synonym is also
Advance.
advanced.
Yeah.
Okay. Delon.
Yes, teacher.
What is your synonym for accelerating?
Like it's speed up.
Speed up.
Yeah. Or hurry up.
Yes. Is more similar to speed up. Yes. And let's say this one is always ongoing process with the language, but the moment QWERTY keyboard driven technology and NetLingo is accelerating. Here it is, yeah. Sule, you're also right. We say that developing, right? Developing the process, or we can say that hurry up because we want to push forward in order to get the advanced technology or like that. Okay, minimal, ultimately. Minimal, I guess minimal is very easy word to say. So skip it. And ultimately. Taka.
Yes.
What is the synonym for ultimately? It is above. So your synonym should be above or more likely to it. What synonym did you choose?
I choose eventually.
Eventually?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. These forms may never be acceptable in an easy, but eventually it's okay. Outcome, innovation.
Change.
Change. Innovation is the change. Yeah, but you know, it's not changing totally. But there will be another meaning, which is more closer to the definition of innovation.
Alteration.
Yes, alteration. Because you know, we say that alter is not changing completely. We just switch over or over, kind of like that. Thank you. We're going to do this one, but we have already finished 5A, right? But before we go to this reading or writing, I will explain you this one later. Let's do this one. Let's do the new and a little fun activity. As I see my guides are a little sleepy. Let's get the meaning. Yeah. Let's read this one. You guys have to guess the endings. After that, I'm gonna tell the ending, the actual ending. So the name of the story is A Girl at the Bus Station. Let's read this one. John was driving home late one night when he saw a young lady waiting by a bus stop. He stopped his car and told her, "The buses don't work so late. Can I give you a ride?" It was very cold, so he took off his jacket and gave it to her. The girl's name was Mary, and she was going to her home. After an hour's drive, they arrived at her home. John said good night, and then he went to his home. Next day, John remembered that Mary still had his jacket. He drove to a house and knocked on the door. An old man answered. John told her, "Yesterday I drove Mary home and she has my jacket." The old woman was confused. John saw a picture of Mary on the table. He pointed to it and told the woman it was a picture of the girl. With her voice shaking, choose one of the ending. I am a Mary. Mary didn't arrive home yesterday. Mary died many years ago, or your answer. So, hello. That's the ending. What will be the ending? Mary is a liar. No?
Yes.
How do you think?
I'm still thinking.
Oh, okay. Take your time. Okay, you guys take your time and then think about the ending. Oh, okay. Mary died many years ago. Your answer? Okay, your cousin is that one. So what will happen to the jacket? Okay.
I honestly don't know.
No, you guess it. You won't know because it's a story without
Okay.
ending. No, what's your answer? And what happened to the John's jacket?
And Mary became ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the ending.
That's the ending. So what will happen? He will lose his jacket. Ling, what do you think? What happened to John's jacket? Because he's sure that he gave it to her.
I think the same answer with Becca.
What did Becca say?
And his jacket is already in the coffin of Mary's.
Nice guess. Okay, so I will tell you the ending. So he asked Mary, right? So the old man told John that her daughter had been dead for many years and was buried in a cemetery that was about an hour drive away near the bus stop. So John went to the cemetery and he saw his jacket folded neatly on the top of the grave. The name on the tombstone was Mary. Okay, so Lolo, you got that really close guess. All right, let's go to next story. The women with the velvet ribbon. Long ago, a young man met and fell in love with a beautiful young woman. She was very beautiful and she always wore a ribbon around her neck. Soon, the man and the woman were married and moved to a little cottage by the sea. Cottage, you know the cottage, right? It's a small house. The young man was more and more curious. Why did his wife wear a ribbon around her neck all the time? One day, he decided to ask her. The only answer he received was that he would be sorry if he took it off, so he would not take it off. The young man was not happy with his wife's answer. Time passed, and one day he awoke before his wife, got a pair of the scissors, and cut off the ribbon that was around her neck. So, what happened next? Choose the answer. The woman turned into a horrible witch. The woman's hat fell off and thrown into the floor. She had a really horrible scar. Lamin, or your own answer is fine. Lamin, what is your guess of the ending? Lamin, open your microphone. What is your guess for the story ending?
Share, by the way, what is ribbon? I don't know.
Ribbon ဆိုတာဖဲ့ပြလေ
Yes.
Okay, Lin. So you guys the ending.
So I think the all three answer has plausibility, so I am lost.
Or your own answer. You had a really horrible scar. Okay, that's what that card guess.
So I think it's one.
One, the woman turned into a horrible witch. Okay.
Yeah.
Tule. How about you? What's your idea? One. Oh, Lamingo will also have one, the answer. How about your own ending? Tule.
The woman wasn't a human.
Wasn't a human. So she is a ghost. Do you mean she is a ghost?
Yes, maybe like it's like the man's imagination, like that.
Okay. Then Elvin answers he has a horrible scar. Okay. Hey, how about you? What do you guess?
I choose number 3. She had a really horrible scar too.
Okay. Hong Kong. Hong Kong ငြိမ်ဟောင်ကောင်ရှိသေးလားငြိမ်နေဆိုမရှိလို့လားဟောရှိတယ်ဟောင်ကောင် what's your answer? What's your answer?
She had a horrible scar.
Okay. So he comes the ending. His wife woke up with a start. Her hat fell off and rolled onto the floor while the women screamed, I told you, you'll be sorry. So, next one. Not good, yeah. The welcome in. The welcome in. In is a small restaurant. Susie and her mother were on holidays. They were driving home. Very late at night when a storm broke out. Susie's mother could hardly see to drive. Then suddenly they saw a house with a sign in front of that said, welcome in. They parked in front of the door and knocked. The old women and all clothes answered the door with a smile. She welcomed them into the house. After enjoying a warm dinner, the women took them to a cozy room to stay the night. Susie and her mother slept soundly. They woke in the morning. They told the women wasn't anywhere. The old woman wasn't anywhere. They decided to leave some money and then thanks you note in front of the hall table, and they left. Later, they stopped for gas. Susie's mother told the station attendant about the wonderful night they had spent on the welcome inn. She had two. There isn't any hotel with that name. Or a fire destroyed the welcome inn many years ago. The hotel is Hander House. Hander House, you know Hander House, right? So if we say Hander House, it means there are the house full of the ghosts or maybe a ghost tale and they trade to the people. They scare the people like that. Okay, Talia, how do you think of the ending? You may create your own ending too.
I think it's number 2.
There isn't any hotel with that name.နေတော့အမီလိုက်လားနေတော့
Hello teacher မမီလိုက်ဘူး teacher အခုမှဝင်လာ
You read this one and think about the endings, okay?
ဟုတ် teacher ဖတ်လိုက်
So A, how do you think of it?
I think there isn't any hotel with that name.
Oh, number 2. Taka.
The order is a haunted house.
Order is a haunted house. Sule. Sule. All right, so the ending is with the look of surprise, the station attendant told Susie's mother that the Welcome Inn has burned down 20 years before, and the old woman who ran the place had lost her life in the fire. Susie and her mother went back to the inn with a disbelief. But when they arrived at the place where they had spent the night, all that they saw was a sign and the shell of the house. Where the front hall has been, there was a table. On the table was an envelope containing their thank you note and money. So the hotel has burned down. So it's destroyed by the fire many years ago. It's the ending. Okay, that is the last one. All abroad. Carmen was with some friends in the country. He went to bed late and did not sleep well. He heard a strange sound, He got up, went to the window and looked out. There, in the full moon, he saw a horse-drawn carriage. The carriage was carrying a coffin. Oh my God. The driver of the carriage looked up the window. The driver's face was ghostly pale and very faint. All aboard, he said. Aboard ဆိုတာလေရင်ပေါ်တက်ကြလို့ပြောတာနော် Harmon stepped back from the window and went to bed. The next morning, he told his friend about the carriage and driver, and they all decided that he had had a very bad dream. Later that day, Harmon went back home to his apartment in the city. Just as he started to aboard the elevator, he looked at the elevator operator. Choose one of the ending. Harmon saw a coffin. He saw a driver of the carriage. He woke up, he's dreaming again. He woke up, he was dreaming again. What is it? What is it? Okay, Ling, where's your answer?
I think 2.
2, he saw the driver of the carriage. A,
he woke up, he was dreaming again.
woke up here, he was dreaming. I'll go.
He saw the driver of the carriage.
Lamin,
He saw the driver of the carriage.
Sule,
He woke up, he was dreaming again.
Network.
He saw the driver of the carriage.
Okay, so he saw the driver of the carriage. Do you think he is a normal, is a human being, or he is a ghost? How do you think of it? Hey, how do you think of it?
You mean the end? Ending?
Yes.
Yeah, I choose to check. He woke up, he was dreaming again.
Okay. He's the end. Daka, how do you think of it?
He woke up, he was dreaming again.
Okay. So the answer is he saw the pale, thin face as the carriage driver. The elevator operator looked at the Harmon and said, "All on aboard." Harmon ran away from the elevator and suddenly the elevator fell down, killing everyone on aboard. The cable had broken. Later, investigation discovered that the elevator operator has been a temporary employee and hired only for that one day. So they are killed. the we are ending, right? Maybe the employer operator, it will be the ghost himself. Okay, that's enough. Let's go to writing a letter to a newspaper. Letters are written in newspaper to comment on, usually disagree with something published in them. They should be formal style. So for the letter to a newspaper. letter newspaper တခုအတွက်ရေးတယ်ဘာလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင် letter style မျိုးပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ letter style ကဘာလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ကျတို့ formal ဖြစ်ရမယ်ဟုတ်လားဟိုဟာနေရ formal ဖြစ်ရမယ်ပြီးဘာလဲဆိုတော့ formal standard format ကဘာလဲ 3 paragraphနော် standard format က 3 paragraph အဲ့ထဲမှာတချို့ဘာတွေရှိလဲဆိုတော့ number 1ကျတို့ရေးမဲ့ style ရှိတယ်နော် style ကဘယ်လိုရေးရမှာလဲ 1ကဘာလုပ်ရမလဲ refer to the article you are responding to, describe its viewpoint and say who you are and why you have the viewpoint on the subject အဲ့တော့ article တခုညွှန်ပြီးတော့ကျတို့ကဘာလဲကိုက respond လုပ်ရမှာနော် responding ဘာကို respond လုပ်မှာလဲ describe its viewpoint ဒါဆိုရင်တချို့ဘာလုပ်မလဲဆိုလို့ရှင် article တခုစဉ်းစားပြီးတော့ respond လုပ်ရမယ်ပြီးရင် describe လုပ်ရမှာ describe the ဘာလဲဆိုလို့ရှင် viewpoint ကိုမြင်တဲ့သူ့ရဲ့ viewpoint နော် of article နော် အဲ့တော့ article မှာပါတယ်ကျတို့ viewpoint ကို describe လုပ်မယ်အဲ့ဒါတစ်ချက်အဲ့ထဲမှာပါတာဘာရှိသေးလဲ and who you are you have to say who you are မကြောင်သားလားဟုတ်လားအဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့ကိုယ့်ရဲ့ position ပြောတာပေါ့နော် and why you have viewpoint on the subject အဲ့တော့ကျတို့ပြောမယ့် argument ပေါ့နော်ဒီသူ့ရဲ့ article ပုံမှာဘာဖြစ်လို့ကျတို့ကဒီ viewpoint တွေရှိရတာလဲဆိုတော့ပြောမယ် two ကကြတော့ကျတို့ဘာလဲဆိုလို့ရှိရင် giving detail or say what you disagree အဲ့တော့ကျတို့ဘာကိုသဘောမတူဘူးလဲဆိုတာရေးမယ် say what you disagree with the article ပေါ့နော် article နဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးကျတို့ဘာလို့သဘောမတူတာလဲသူပြောတဲ့အချက်ကိုကျတို့ဘာလို့ဆန့်ကျင်ဟိုကျတို့ဘာလို့သဘောမတူတာလဲဆိုတာရေးမယ်ပြောတဲ့အခါမှာ give detailကိုယ့်ရဲ့ point of view ကိုဒီပြောမယ်ပြီးရင်နောက်တစ်ခုကဘာရှိလဲဆိုတော့3ရောက်ပါနော်3ကကြတော့ conclude your argument with a strong viewpoint အဲ့တော့ကျတို့ viewpoint strong viewpoint နဲ့ကျတို့ conclude လုပ်ရမယ်တဲ့ပြောရတဲ့အခါမှာ comment on the damage caused by the other view အဲ့တော့ကျတို့ဖြစ်ပေါ်နိုင်တဲ့ဆိုးကျိုးတွေပေါ့နော် or predict how the situation may go worse if not dealt with အဲ့လိုမျိုးမဟုတ်ဘူးဆိုလို့ရှိရင်လည်းကျတို့ဘယ်လိုမျိုး situation တွေပို့ပြီးတော့ဆိုးရလာနိုင်လဲပေါ့နော်အဲ့ article မှာဖြစ်သွားမဲ့နောက်ဆက်တွဲကိုပြောချင်တာဥပမာဆိုရှင်ဒီ article တစ်ခုရှိမယ်အဲ့ article မှာကဥပမာတောင်းတွေကိုပေါ့နော် gender တွေခွဲပြီးတော့တင်နေပေါ့ဟုတ်လားအဲ့လိုပုံစံမျိုးတချို့ပြောတဲ့ဟာမျိုးရှိမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့ဒီဟာအပေါ်မှာကျတို့ဘယ်လိုဆိုးကျိုးတွေရနိုင်လဲဆိုတာရေးပေးတာပေါ့နော်အဲ့တော့ express damage marginal or so ချစ်ဒီလိုပြောလိုက်နော် predict အဲ့လိုလုပ်လိုက်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်ကွာသူတို့ရေးထားမှအဲ့လိုယောက်ျားလေးမိန်းကလေးကြောင့် gender ခွဲပြီးတော့ထားလိုက်တဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်ဖြစ်လာမဲ့ situation ကိုရေးပြရမယ်နော်ဟိုပါပေါ့ဆိုးကျိုးရေးပြရမယ်နော်ဟုတ်လားအဲ့ဒါကဒီလို letter newspaper အတေကိုရေးတဲ့ letter format ပေါ့နော် should be format should have 3 paragraphsအဲ့ဒီချက်ဒီမှာအတူကောက်လေးပြန်ရေးပေးထားတယ်နော်အဲ့ဒါတွေကို follow မလုပ်မှာဆိုလို့ပြန်ရေးပေးတာနော်ပြောလို့ရေးတာမဟုတ်ဘူးအဲ့တော့အဲ့ဥစ္စာကိုချက်ပြန်ဖတ်ပါဖတ်ပြတဲ့ခါကျကျွန်တော် article ရှာပြရေးရမှာနော် example တစ်ချက်ပြ example တစ်ချက်ပြ
ချစ်ဘယ် article ကိုရေးရမှာလဲချစ်
အဲ့ article နဲ့ပတ်သက်တစ်ချက်စဉ်းစားလေ article တစ်ခုကိုစဉ်းစားရင်ကောင်းမှာဒါမှမဟုတ်တစ်ချက် title topic တစ်ခုပေးလိုက်တာပိုကောင်းမှာလားလို့ topic တစ်ခု
ပေးလိုက်တာပိုကောင်းမှာချစ်
ဟုတ်ပြီနော်ကိုယ့်ကိုရှာဆိုရင်ရှာရတာမလွယ်တော့ဘူးနော်အဲ့ဒီချက်ဟိုဒီလိုမျိုးရေးပြီး argumentative topic တစ်ခုရွေးပေးမယ်ရွေးပြီးရတဲ့ခါကျရင်တို့ကျွန်တော်အဲ့ဟာနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီးတော့ရေးထားပါတော့ဒါပေမဲ့ရေးတဲ့ခါမှာဒီလို argument ပုံစံထက် letter style နဲ့ရေးပေးရမယ်ဒီတစ်ခေါက်ကြာနော်
yes
အဲ့မှာပါမယ်ချီလို့အဲ့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ချီလို့ topic ပဲပေးလိုက်မှာဆိုတော့တချို့ဟာတွေ follow လုပ်ကြရမလို့တော့ခဏ While I am finding for the topic for you guys, please read the rules again. Guys, by the way, do you guys have to learn history?
No.
No.
Nope.
What are your subjects?
Physics, chemistry, bio, IT, math, English.
Mm. Let's do that one. ပြောစားလေနော်ဒီချက် topic ပဲရွေးထားအောင်မယ်ဒီချက်နဲ့တူရေးလိုက်မယ်နော်ဟိုဒီကြလို့ရှိရင်အဲ့ဒါဆိုရေးခိုင်းလို့ရှိရင်ရေးရလို့လည်းမရေးရလို့လည်းကွဲနေမှာဆိုဒီ topic ပဲရေးလိုက်မယ် topicအဲ့တော့အဲ့ဥစ္စာကကျွန်တော်ဘာအတွက်ရေးရမှာလဲဆိုတာရှိတာနော်ရေးတာတော့ dictionary ထဲမှာပဲရေးလိုက်တော့ရအောင်တော့ဒါပေမဲ့ချစ်စာလေးဖတ်ခဲ့ပြီနော်စာလေးဖတ်ခဲ့ဒီမှာလေး write a letter to the editor of the newspaper which published the article arguing against the idea အဲ့ခုနဒီချက်ပြ idea ပေါ့နော် in it and see that tip below to help you ဒီဟာကို tip က I've already explained you guys the tip right so please as a homework please read test 3C languages are dying out okay and we will just do together the writing while we'll meet again so do not forget to read this one test 3C okay and thank you very much you guys for today we'll see on Friday again at the time we'll do writing and do not forget to read this one okay thank you very much for today bye bye
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye bye,